Right guys, so quick one. I'm going to compare GT4's, well, the Ginetta GT4 between Automobilista and ACC. Just going to do a quick lap or two at Oulton Park, just for initial kind of feedback on what I think of the two games and how they handle GT4. I love both sims, by the way, so let's just get it out of the way first. So yeah, let's do a few laps. Let's see, do we have traction control on this? I don't think so. Which is fine. Yeah, let's do a quick lap or two. Let's just see what the handle's like. Very, very direct in steering. Very direct. Feels to have quite a bit of downforce on it, I noticed straight away. It's like it heaves a certain amount and then just nothing happens after that. But yeah, whatever. It does feel very nice though. It's an enjoyable car to drive. That's one thing about AMS2 is that the cars actually feel enjoyable. Feedback, very good. Giving me exactly what I need to know when I get it. That's one thing I like about AMS as well, is the force feedback. And I know I've mentioned it before, but the regular default profile on the force feedback is, in my opinion, excellent. Like, yeah, the sound is great, really well modelled. Love the gearbox noise, the whine of the gearbox as well. When you go down the gears, that elasticity, you can hear it there. Understeer there, but it's all good. Feels good side to side, and we're going to drive ACC in a minute. Same car, same track, and we'll see how that compares. Okay, 143.7, or roughly that's what we're going to be at. Alright, so what I think of that? Well, the car model is fantastic, it looks great, sounds great. Yeah, very nice to drive, really well done model. I can feel again the front axle, but a bit more isolated than what I'm used to in AMS2. Didn't feel many like bumps or undulations through the steering wheel, and like I say, from what I understand, Oulton is actually a bumpy track. But again, I don't know if it's laser scanned in AMS2, but that's neither here nor there. I have had drives and races in AMS2 where the feedback was really good through the steering wheel, particularly in single seaters. But I did notice over some curves and stuff there wasn't really much. There wasn't much through the steering wheel that I might have expected. But no, either way, Drives really well. It's nice. The feedback feels rubbery. It's not too sharp. Yeah, it is. It is all good. To be perfectly honest. No complaints. And now let's quickly skip into. We'll skip into ACC really quickly, and we'll do the exact same car, or well, the Ginetta GT4. Yeah, we'll do the same track at Oulton, or same car at Oulton. Single player. Let us pick Oulton Park, and then let us pick a GT4. So GT4, what was it? Ginetta. There we go. Alright, let's just go with that. And yeah, we'll just do a practice session, I suppose. And we'll go straight into it. So, same conditions pretty much, same car, and the setup. I don't have any setup, so let's go with the aggressive preset that ACC ships with. I'll just increase the tire pressures by a little, because yeah, it likes to have some tire pressure work done. Leave everything else as standard. Actually, one more thing, I'll just take out a bit of fuel, just to make it somewhat similar to AMS. And just one more thing I just need to do is turn on my LED profile for the car. Not making any changes to the force feedback, so I run the Fanatic DD2. The same about games, just interpolation at 1, everything else is just as it was, no damping, none of that stuff. Right.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Let me just check the, do we have ABS on this? Well, not ABS, rather TC. Yeah, we do, so I'm just going to leave TC at 1. Alright, so let's have a quick look. Alright. Do you know, it feels quite similar to the AMS2, and I did complain that it felt like I had a bit of downforce in it, but maybe not. It feels very similar, like in terms of yeah, okay, so the first thing I noticed is the steering wheel is way more alive. Again, that could be just down to Oulton being laser scanned on ACC. I'm not sure if it is on AMS, but yeah, one thing that the first thing that sticks out with me, I am going to work on the steering wheel here. It's very much can't even talk, I'm trying to think too much. But yeah, it's way more engaging. Wait to get on the power. It looks and sounds good. It's a really nice model car. The actual driving of it, the way it turns into corners, how it behaves mid-corner, all of that is very, very similar to AMS2. How it achieves it is slightly different. There's a lot more kind of minute corrections on the steering wheel than ACC. The steering wheel's a lot more busier, it's a lot more alive. But again, and I stress that could be just down to the laser scanning, but if I'm honest, it feels like it's probably a little bit more than just that. to be awake with this, I can tell you. We did, I think it was a 143 or 144, I think, in AMS. This is actually a very fun car to drive. And anyone that's not too familiar with ACC, these don't get as much love as the GT3 cars do in that sim. So in ACC, like, you've got GT4's, which this is one of them, and we've got like the Ferrari Challenge Evo and a few other club cars like the Porsche and Lamborghini Huracan. But yeah, they don't seem to get the love and attention that the GT3s get, rightly or wrongly, but it's a shame really, because this is actually a blast. Okay, lap time. 145 lap time. Alright, so let's have a quick let's try and break this apart a little bit. So you could probably tell from looking at the video that there's a lot more going on the steering wheel. Feels more engaging. It feels a little bit more direct. The sounds are good. I do like the AMS2 kind of gearbox whine, gearbox sound. But both of them sound really, really cool. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, nothing more to say on that. From a looks perspective, that's subjective. So, you know, I think they both look really, really good. Some people prefer the ACC look, other people prefer the AMS2 look in graphics. For me, they're both really good. I think there's certain circumstances where one is better than the other, but again, it's subjective. But yeah, I think ACC, for me at least, takes the crown on this one. And with the GT3s, I think it was a little bit more close, given that I drove the McLaren, and the McLaren in ACC is a little bit dull-ish, I think, in some circumstances, right? But with this in the equal machinery, in a car that is actually modelled quite correctly, yeah, I mean, for me, I have to say, ACC does feel to be better. And again, that could be down to the AMS2 version of Oulton Park not being laser scanned or whatever, but you know. And again, for the test that I've done here, the force feedback settings are identical in terms of filters. They're just on, you know, interpolation of one on the Fanatec driver. Damping in game is roughly the same on both. I think it's like 100% dynamic damping, or you know, just half the slider in ACC, which is half the slider equivalent in Automobilista. And outside of that, the only thing I've adjusted is the overall gain to get them to feel pretty much the same in terms of overall feedback force. But yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. Again, as I say, I love both sims for different reasons. People see, you know, ACC is the king of GT racing, GT3, GT4, and yeah, when you drive them back to back like this, I tend to agree. But AMS2 is absolutely epic for pretty much everything else. Everything else they've done in that game is done really, really well. But when it comes to GT3 and GT4, the guys at Kunos, ACC developers, that's all they focus on, and they have access to the actual data and all of that good stuff, so it's probably not a surprise. But anyway, guys, thanks again for watching, and yeah, until the next one.